Hey, welcome to the snack bar. It's Brian. I've got myself a sud for Bud Suds and Duds, and yet it's a specifically less sudsy sud. Let me explain. But let me start out by apologizing right off the bat because sometimes we have covered games or foods and drinks that are limited time, or we get to them after they've been pulled off the store shelves, even digitally when talking about the games. We usually don't know at the time that we've done it. So if you watched us play Killer Puzzle with me, Rob, and Mike for Witching Hour, we had no idea at the time that the license for the Friday the 13th stuff had expired, and if you hadn't bought that game by then, you couldn't buy it again. And if you guys saw December 2024, there were plenty of demo dabbles that ended with me saying, I can't wait for this game to be done, only to find out they were abandoned. This time I'm going in knowing that what I'm about to talk about, by the time that you see this, it's been pulled. But I feel like I need to talk about it anyway. I was in the store and a package caught my attention by all of the sodas. It said it was Pepsi Nitro, although I see it actually listed as Nitro Pepsi, which is weird because literally on the box, I'm looking at it right now, the Pepsi name comes first. This was apparently made available in March of 2022 or sometime thereabout. I never saw it, never heard about it, at least I don't think. With a name like Pepsi Nitro, I think to myself, oh, this is going to be Pepsi, but like with taurine and guarana, and it's going to be an energy drink version of Pepsi. I can't stand energy drinks. I never buy them. And the only time I ever have one is a very small amount, usually doing this right here. But I caught the words on the bottom of the box that said it was a nitrogen-infused cola. And I thought, what the hell does that mean? And then it says right below it, smaller bubbles, smoother taste. And that kind of was interesting to me. What does that mean? And I just had to buy it and try it. Now, you guys know I've said it many times. I don't drink soda that often. I'm just not a pop guy, but I will try new stuff. So if I am going to drink your normal, plain, starter, dark cola, I'm going to go with Coca-Cola. I don't have a huge one side versus the other thing. I've just mostly had Coca-Cola. My mother, the PPM, was a huge Pepsi drinker for a while. So I was at least somewhat familiar with it back then whenever I used to drink pop normally. So I bring this home. I let it sit in the fridge. It gets nice and cool. And I wish I had recorded this and I didn't think about it at the time. I opened the can and I got spooked. The sound that comes out of opening this can is nuts. I thought I was being attacked by an alien. I thought I was right by my stove. I thought my stove was about to explode. I didn't know what the sound was. And I had no clue it was going to sound like that when I popped the tab. So be warned, should you come across this and give it a try. So here's what it turns out this is. It is Pepsi, but they've reduced the at least percentage volume of carbonation and replaced it with nitrogenation. So nitrogen instead of carbon, right? And the bubbles wind up being smaller, apparently. I didn't have old Pepsi to compare it to, so I don't know for sure. And the smoother taste that they say is really more of a smoother drink. A big part of the reason why I don't drink pop so much and why I don't like beer is the carbonation. I have some sort of weird sensitivity to it. Even if I generally like the drink, if you see me take a sip of something that is carbonated, I can't keep myself from doing it. I will wince. am not in pain. It's just this weird response to it. It's annoying. I don't like it. And so it's why I don't drink this stuff most of the time. This is gone with this Nitro Pepsi. I didn't wince at all. And in fact, it reminded me of what I used to do when I would drink pop back in the day. It drove Rob nuts. I know this. He even had a conversation with me about it one time long ago, where I would only buy it in plastic bottles. I would shake the hell out of it, slowly release that carbon dioxide, and then just keep doing it until there was no fizz left, right? In other words, I was making it flat. And he was just like, why do you like flat pop? And I tried to explain at the time about the carbonation thing. I don't know if he got it or not at the time, but I know since then he's kind of understood. It's just something that some people don't like, that they have a reaction to. So I was curious to look online. Did people like this or not? Or did they think it tasted like flat pop? Because to me, oh man, if all the sodas out there were like this, I'd probably have an issue. I would probably be drinking this stuff all the time. Sure enough, it seems like just a little over 50% of the people who tried it didn't like it, and what they specifically all called out was that it was flat and that flatness made it too sweet. I'm going to come back to that too sweet in just a second. The people who did like it, though, a lot of them referenced the same situation that I have. I didn't know it was so common that people would flatten their pop because there's something about that effervescence they don't react well to. So I'm like, hey, sweet, we've got this sizable chunk of the market that has this drink that they can have. And then I saw there's another one. There's not just Pepsi Nitro. There's Pepsi Vanilla Nitro. And I love vanilla. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to get that. Hell yeah, I'm going to have these on hand for whenever and like support this for weirdos like me. But no, they're gone. I am recording this on December 28th, 2024. And what do I learn is that they will be discontinued effective January 1st, 2025. 3 more days. The shelves I've searched for, empty, if they even had a spot for it to begin with. I'm so annoyed. But I decided to put this out there anyway. I was just going to skip it. I have other stuff that I can do and talk to you guys about after the fact. But there's a few reasons why I wanted to mention it. Of course, some places are going to still have this on the shelf. If they weren't in high demand, maybe you want to give this a try and you see it and you go, oh, that's the thing they talked about on Joy Boys. You should know there's instructions for how you're supposed to drink this. You're supposed to chill it, get a glass, open it, and quickly dump it full top down into a glass, no delay, nothing slow about it. And then boom, you're ready to go. A lot of people who said a fair amount of people who said they didn't like it when they realized they were supposed to do it that way, tried it again and actually had a difference. Unfortunately, it was too late for me, and I didn't get to try out and see what that was like. Here's the other thing. It is sweet. Flattening pop does increase the sweetness of that pop, but it turns out that's not the only thing happening here. People have noticed that there's just shy of double the amount of sugar in this than there was in regular Pepsi. And a lot of people were hoping for a diet version that could be made. Of course, this is before anybody realized, oh, there's an end date. It's not going to be around for long. I'm very anti low calorie, low sugar carbonated beverages because it's a rare thing for me. So if I'm going to have it, I want the full blast. You know what I mean? So this is just a shame, but those discussions online actually led me to discover there is something else out there that I didn't know existed. Apparently, there are companies who make nitrogenated beers. I'm not a beer guy at all. It's the one alcohol I never even bother to try. Last time I had even a sip of a beer, I mean, I couldn't tell you. It wasn't this decade. You know, I'll say it that much. It had to be like 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. because it's just not my thing. But now, having had this experience, I'm going to be keeping my eye out, and I'm going to be looking to give that a try. So, a product out there for a weird set of people that is gone now. If you guys know of anybody else who's doing this stuff, whether it is the beer that I was talking about or any of these drinks, hit us up. Let us know. Share it with everybody, because I'd like to give them a try. I'd like to be like, hey, bottlers of the world, think about us strange people too. Speaking of strange, we might have a strange game. I'll see you in it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Bud Suds and Duds. I am still trying to put in some hard work getting us caught up and ahead so things will go much more smoothly throughout the rest of the year. Welcome to Under the Yoke. It's a little game I just came across and decided to give a try to. The music is exceptionally loud, and I will have to lower that at the moment. Here we go. Let's go with that for the time being. Actually, we might as well do that too. So I believe this is some sort of farming simulation game, but it's got kind of like this watercolor look that we're seeing in the background that's very intriguing. Not an art style that gets used very often, although it certainly does look like in the horizon there that's either a rising or setting sun or a wildfire. So this could be a real peaceful game, or this could be trouble. I'm not sure which. I love simulation games, and I love farming simulation games, to the point where there are a couple of types of farms, quote unquote, that I would be interested in having as a career. For me, it's a pumpkin farm, it's an apple orchard, and of course, some other things grown in with there as well. I guarantee you that if I put my everything into it, it would still be a disaster. So I'm not going to ever do that. So we're going to do a new game. Domesday Book is a weird title. And it's very, very close to the words Doomsday, which has me worried. Wow, what is... I don't know how to say any of these letters. Stanton, I know how to say Stanton. Bortrick Stanton, that's my name. That is who I am. This is my birthday. And it already has the correct year. That is when I was born. Boy, don't look at me like that. It's not like you don't see an almost 2,000-year-old or 1,000-year-old every single day. I mean, come on. I'm keeping this tutorial box checked because I haven't played it before. It's Bud Suds and Duds. That doesn't look like me. That's closer. I used to have long hair. I never wore it like that, though. Those are not the color of my eyes or anything else. We'll do this. That's a big nose. Yeah, that's better. I guess we'll go with that. What are the beard options? Because beard options can be fun. I have several times shaved my face and left only a mustache to see how it would look. And every single time I have immediately shaved the mustache off. So that's not how... See, I don't even grow my beard long like this either. Like, it gets itchy fast. I don't know how people do it. Maybe you go with this goatee. There's something wrong with the lips on this guy. Yeah, I guess we'll go with the goatee. I guess this is fine. Eye color over here. Okay, there we go. This haircut, man, I've never understood. I don't know what that's about. No, I guess we will go with that. Height out of what? Out of 11? I'm probably like a 7 or 8 then. I'll go 7. Alright, that's good enough. Personality. Mind, body, spirit. So, let's select some mind things. Am I sharp? Do I have a keen mind? This is a person who likes dice games and tables. Who's interested in tables? But football and binging is boring. Well, this is definitely not me. Likes artistic, delicate, groomed, dislikes thick. This isn't me, so I'm not sharp. I'm probably not artistic either. Do tables not mean what I think it means? I'm starting to wonder what that term actually is referencing. Bored by fishing? You know what? Rob can tell you it's true. I do like the strange and the silly. I don't care about groomed. And I don't know what disliking bulky means. Strange. Okay, an odd character. They like to share a meal and gossip. Swimming, boring. No, that's just not me. All right, this is a thick person, so we're talking about somebody who's dumb, I guess. All right, they like binging and swimming. Hell yeah. I'm not completely bored by dice games, though. I like silly, brawny, groomed, jolly, dislike sharp and mean. I think I'm thick. It's not perfect, but it's close. And then silly. I don't care about gossiping. Football, binging, dancing, feasts. Yeah, I hate tables. Get tables out of here. Everybody likes groomed. I don't know what that means. You know what? Thick seems to be the one. Now I'm seeing some stat changes as well that I don't understand. I've got +2 wheat, +3 hexa, -2 potted plants. I don't know what those symbols are. Alright, so there's my mind. I have a thick mind. Do I have a thick body? Slender. Bulky. Brawny. Delicate. Or groomed. This character is often seen with a comb. Let's see. I'm definitely not slender, delicate, or groomed. Sometimes I'm brawny, and then sometimes it's the holiday season and I'm bulky. Let's see what the bulky guy's got going. He's interested in binging and feasts, but he's bored by sharing meals and swimming. Nah, definitely not the case. Brawny likes football and archery and swimming. He's bored by tables. I just don't understand tables is my real problem, but I'm going to go brawny. Let's see here. Spirit. Am I devout? I'm certainly not. Am I jolly? I like to think so. We are the Joy Boys. Am I taciturn? No, I think Rob would be taciturn. Tender? No. No, absolutely not. Mean? No, just in a funny way I try to be mean. So, jolly? Weird, bored by sharing meals, but I have to go with jolly. Okay, and I need some skills. Oh, okay, here's the symbols. So, farming, husbandry, carpentry, I was close on that. Herbalism, cooking, and tailoring. I obviously have no idea what any of these are. Oh, I am spending points. So, based on the personality that I picked up on, I'm pretty good at farming and carpentry. I can cook, and I can husband. I might even be able to tailor, but do not ask me to herb. Okay. Good. Oh, we can spend some points, though. I'm curious if there's a cap. Oh, what was this at? That was at 10. Ah, man. Maybe one more in cooking. I don't want to be so bad at herbalism. And I think farming is going to be my main job here. I have no idea. It's a farming sim. Let's continue. As sure as I'm going to be. Oh, hello. Okay. So let's get through the tutorial here for this first episode, or at least a good chunk of it, and figure out how this works. By clipping, oh boy, we're starting early. By clicking the top part of this tutorial, you can move the tutorial around. Oh, you can just move this around. Okay, cool. Great. What else we got? You can navigate the majority of the game using the UI at the top of the screen. Sounds good. I'm noticing this says characters, plural, I've got one. Does that mean I'm going to be controlling just one and there will be others that are a part of it, or am I going to control multiples? I don't know. Also interesting, animals, expected, fields, expected, inventory, expected, legal. What's about to happen? I didn't get the option for illegal skills. In order to access the main game, you can use the escape key. The game will autosave at the end of each season. In order to see where you are in a season, you can click on the calendar at the top right of the UI for a more detailed view of the time of year. Wait, you can click on the calendar at the top right. Do you mean this guy? You do mean this guy. Okay. I was looking for an icon of a calendar. So it's Friday, January 1st, 1085. Man, I will never forget 1084. Some UI is integrated into the map. You can mouse over it and click in order to access it, so feel free to look around a bit. And people are texting me. Why are they texting me? Okay. So some UI is integrated into the map. You can mouse over. I did notice that when I mouse over the castle here, we got a thing. Oh, this mill. This town, not the church, probably because I'm not devout. Okay, so yeah, there's some map elementation as well. Okay. In order to advance time, you can press the play button or space in order to increase or decrease the speed the time passes and the respective buttons, or the plus and minus keys. Okay. So, the character button at the top leads you to the character menu. Here you can view your family members. You can also put a family member to work by clicking and dragging, I'm reading ahead as you can tell, by clicking and holding on their portrait and dragging them to a work area such as the forest. Okay, so... Excuse me. Okay, so... Fishing was the thing that we saw, so that's why that lake is there. Husbandry, we've got a little ranch pasture. The woods for carpentry, maybe also for herbalism. I'm not sure because we appear to have 3 fields and they look very different. I don't know if they're in different stages of growth or if there's something else, because it's January 1st. I see a freaking snowman, like we're not going to be growing much that way. So let's actually read through these before I go into the character tab. When a character is not working, either because they are in the menu or because you have not selected a job for them, they will rest, fulfilling their need for rest over time. We're going to be hot swapping. And children under the age of 6 are not yet able to work and can be found here. Yeah, it's freaking lazy-ass 6-year-olds. Not like 7-year-olds. 7-year-olds get it done. Alright, there's me. I'm an adult. No. I'm not fishing. I am a farmer. I'm going to go to this empty farm. Get the least amount of work done. When a character is in a work area, they can perform certain... Oh! Why did it double like that? That's weird. When a character is in a work area, they can perform certain tasks depending on the season and whether they have the right materials for the job. Some jobs, such as cutting wood and gathering wood, both produce the same good. Interesting, but as cutting wood requires an axe, it is much easier... Is that a T? There's a smudge. I don't know, because it almost looks like it's much easier to produce wood. I think I get what they're saying, though. So, without an axe, you're just picking up sticks. On each job, you can see an indicator showing which skill is required. How much... Can you? Like... How do I see that? When a character is in a work area, they can perform certain... Right. Right. On each job, you can see an indicator showing which skill is required, how much skill that character has at that job, what the overall amount of effort is in order to complete that job. Is it because he's resting? I need this out of the way. The problem is, every time I move him, there's a new one that opens up. I wonder if... Nah, I can't right-click it. I'm sure that'll go away. So yeah, resting... Interesting. So yeah, all he can do is rest, probably because it's January, but if I move him here... Yeah, see, it's doing that thing again. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. That is... Can I close these? Like, what's the deal? So, I'm going to gather. Forage for items in the forest. You may find ingredients for dyes, additional foods or spices, and other things depending on the season. Ah, depending upon the season. Interesting. Okay. These multiple boxes are a problem. There's something needs to be done about that. Oh, it said also the amount of effort. 1.5 out of 10. I don't know what that means. But there's also this one here. Huh. I don't really know what that means. I'm going to keep it at 1 because that's the default. Multiple characters performing the same job will contribute to the same effort pool, so it's always faster to have 2 characters working on a job rather than 1. There is no minimum skill required to perform a job, merely a difference in the time it takes for each character to complete a job. Okay. After selecting a job, there is an option to increase or decrease the number of times a job is performed. By holding Shift when pressing a button, you can increase the quantity by 10, or by holding Command, you can set the character to perform the job infinitely until you tell them to stop. So I'm going to try that now. Cool. That's a neat little feature. Don't see that very often. Now I have to close all of these because I didn't realize that's how they were opening. Okay. All right, so I'm paused still, but this is now set to be, you know, I'm going to just rummage through the woods. Let's look at animals. We have none. Figured as much. So, I would have recommended something different here, but it's just me. I get what they're doing. Your resources from your animals appear to be meat, right? Red meat. And then your costs green in like fodder or pasture grazing or something like that. The problem is red and green. This is the resources are a benefit to you, a profit to you, a revenue to you. Then the costs are the opposite, and usually those colors would be opposite as well. So minor complaint there. Here's my inventory. What do I got? I got 6 rye breads. Rye bread, by the way, is a type of bread that can be produced at the mill. Not sure if you knew. You got to use rye, though. It's cheaper and less tasty of the rest of the breads. Really? I feel like rye bread is fine. I couldn't tell you the last time I had it. Here's some rye. We got some oats. That's for feed, right? Yep. Oh, it's fertilizer. Okay, I thought that was supposed to be meat. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so you got a fertilizer system. We've got some legumes. It's best sown in the spring and is a staple of a peasant diet. You got a scythe, which harvests the crops in the field. Okay, cool. Good to know. I don't know where I got this fertilizer from. I'm hoping it's not homemade, you know what I mean? Fields, weather, villages huddle together for warmth against the endless frost. So in autumn... I don't understand the 5 out of 1, 5 out of 5 thing. Decent rye growth in autumn. I'm not sure I know how to read that screen just yet. What is legal? Oh, interesting. Okay. Baking band, what? Make work. Huh. Okay. That's an interesting extra element. So I'm going to unpause, and we'll see how fast this time moves at normal. Okay. Let's see. We'll get a good idea of... Oop. I wanted to see a good idea of how many days it's taking my guy to gather. Your characters will need to attend church in order to keep their faith high. To do so, drag your characters to the church on the map. Once at church, your characters can either pray or donate a small sum to boost their spiritual needs. Where are these needs, is my question. Here we go. By right-clicking on any character, you can bring up the character sheet. At the top, you can see their name, age, whether they are pregnant. I hope I'm not. And also, you can customize their hair. Of course you can. Okay, I can have this up at the same time. Good. Alright, so, oh, okay. Let's stick with mood here first, because that's the first thing that popped up. Okay, you can see their mood. So here's mood. Taste. I'm pretty tasty. Rest, got it. Faith, okay. And social. I do like that they added to the element here the net and the decay. Now, my taste has an... yeah, see, again, I think I understand what this is saying. I think it's saying over some period of time, I'm losing taste by 11, but my decay is actually 10 because my body is reducing the net loss, but they're all red. Or is this the opposite? Is this actually saying that I'm losing at a 22? Oh no, I'm reading the math top down. It's actually bottom up. So the net loss because of body and decay is 11. Okay. Boy. I mean, they did label it net, so it's on me, not them. Okay. Social. Well, I'm the only person here, so I'm going to have some issues there. All right, let's see what they have to say about this. Each mood ticks down each week. Okay, that was my question, because I did say period of time, but I had no idea what that time period was. By week, but a mood can be increased through certain actions. Taste can be increased by varying your family's diet with more tasty ingredients. Rest can be increased each time a character does not currently have a job to do. Faith can be increased by performing actions in the church. Social can be increased by interacting with other villagers. I wonder if there are villagers in this village that just aren't my characters. And mood is the overall average. Low mood can decrease a person's skills, so it's worth keeping your family members happy. Psh, so you say. Let's actually check out personality, because that appears to be part of the character tab. I'm thick, so I'm on the slow side. I know. This is what I like, etc. They enjoy certain activities and how good they are at certain things. So yeah, just to remind myself, I'm good at swimming and binging. But I'm going to stay away from tables, man. Tables are scary. Like, how do they just hold stuff? Body. I'm as fit as a bull. Assuming that's a fit bull. Okay. And then... rarely caught frowning. Alright. Fine. Skills. So this is just how you can see how we did our other stuff. Can you... oh, I see. You can at least do that. That's cool. Farming represents your character's propensity for the... oh, cooking represents your character's ability to prepare and store food. Huh, interesting. Skills with woodworking. Tailoring is for clothes. Yep, okay, makes sense. Actions. Now I got two of them. On the Actions tab, you can select other villagers to interact with. Oh, there are other villagers. Okay. This is necessary to form relationships with other characters, which can aid you in events. In the Hallmote? Is that an E? In lawsuits, in elections, and for marriage. This game is throwing some surprises at me. Your personality will affect how well you get on with another character, as will the activity you decide to go on together. The bar beneath the cost of the activity shows the probability you fall out, get on, or really get on. Okay, so let's look at Utrecht. And if we were to binge, that looks bad. That looks like we won't. So it looks like we might do better gossiping. So this person... Oh! How did I have that open? Oh, I right-clicked the character. That's how. Alright, how about Wilberg? Okay. She and I, we like to talk. Obviously. She like archery? Not as much. What is this 1%? Do you like dice games? She likes dice games. We'll play some games. Okay, the bar beneath the cost... Oh, this is what it's going to cost me? 3, whatever those are, peanut shekels? Okay, the bar beneath the cost of your activity shows a... Right, talk about the cost. So we're associated. Okay, after maxing out your relations with the character, you will have the option of either upgrading your friendship or performing a special action with them, such as beginning courting an eligible bachelorette. It is important to note that villagers will interact with each other in the background, marrying one another, so if you're interested in another villager, you'd best make a move quickly. You must also woo your wife after your wedding in order to produce children together. Everybody knows that. You gotta woo all the time. Strong relationships with other villagers can also result in more powerful special actions, such as guaranteed support in the next elections or random gifts. Random gifts. Interesting. Alright, well... Other people are courting her? How dare they? I just got started. I haven't had a chance to meet anybody. Alright, inventory. By selecting the inventory screen, you can view... Why am I still looking at that? There we go. Characters currently equipped items, clothing only in demo. I don't think I'm playing the demo. I think I purchased this. Items of clothing can improve moods, improve your reputation and skills, but they are expensive and break down over time. I'm going to need somebody who knows how to deal with that. So I have no clothing, no jewelry, no accessories. I don't even have any implements. No changes. Okay, so that's cool. That was a neat little thing. So I think I do kind of want to, I guess, just do that now. I noticed something popped up over here. Stop moving him. No. Oh, I undid all that, didn't I? Okay. Oh, good. It saves it. I thought I screwed that up. Or wait. Now this thing went by. So I can't, or if I switched resting. I'm going to have to play around with that to find out. I want to see some results of some foraging. How about you? Oh, because I reset it, he stopped doing it. Okay, so now actually what I want to do is a couple of things here. First, let's look at our inventory. What did I get? Looks like I found some berries. A type of fruit that can be gathered in the forest. So okay, we'll survive for another 15 minutes. Let's see some of this social action. How many times do we want to play dice games? Just once, I think. Okay. Instead of working, we're just going to play games for days. Just games for days. Oh, there was something that was happening. But but it was behind this, so I couldn't really tell. Can I go swimming because I like swimming? No, it just says resting. Oh, I wanted to see what happens if he goes... Oh, that just puts him back up there. Oh, okay. Okay, so this lady I'm macking on is already kind of married and having children. So I should stop that. Okay, so we've got the Rixons, the Stones, the Allwrights, the Cramptons, the Brigmans, the Ramseys, the Hootons, the Medfords, the Buckleys, and the Gingles. Okay. Now we know. Why did I go back in there? I need to show people my value. We just got to forge our way through. We got to forge our way through this month. And actually, I'll split at the end of the month if it doesn't do any sort of pop-up or anything for me. 9, 30, 31. Happy new month. Kind of. There we go. Oh, there was one. I keep going to pause it myself when they're auto-pausing. So let's see what this says. House. By pressing E, you can switch between the world map and a view of your house. When viewing your house, you can move the camera by holding the A and D keys. To the right of your house is a garden. Your house starts out as little more than a dilapidated hut. In this, you have slots for furniture as well as a cooking pot from which you can access the cooking menu. Furniture requires construction with materials before you can begin performing tasks with it. Each piece of furniture allows you to process goods gathered from the world into more valuable secondary goods, such as ale from rye using the larder. Similarly, the garden has slots for furniture and can be used to grow additional tastier foods such as fruits, vegetables, and herbs, as well as a chicken coop, which will allow you to breed chickens. You can deconstruct any piece of furniture by right-clicking on it and following the prompt. Both of these can be expanded through by getting permission from your lord using the feudal contract, though upgrading either will require significant materials and work. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to do some more episodes of this. I'll see you guys on the next one, and we're going to check out our house. Our house. It's ours. Bye.